Pearl Harbor, the day that changed the world. December 7th, 1941. A peaceful Sunday morning that would soon change the world forever. Pearl Harbor rests beneath a golden Hawaiian sunrise. Calm waters reflect a nation at peace. Aboard the USS Arizona, sailors begin another ordinary day. No one knows what lies ahead. Across Honolulu, families open their shops, children laugh, and life moves as usual. Inside the mess halls, coffee is poured, breakfast is served, conversations fill the morning air. On deck, ropes are checked, equipment inspected. Every task is part of a familiar routine. From above, Pearl Harbor appears peaceful, surrounded by lush mountains and the endless Pacific Ocean. Far beyond the horizon, another story is unfolding. Hidden beneath gray skies, the Imperial Japanese carrier strike force advances, maintaining complete radio silence. Every chart, every compass, every course has been carefully planned. History is already in motion. The story now turns back 24 hours earlier. Saturday morning, Honolulu is alive with energy. Vintage automobiles pass beneath palm trees, and smiling faces fill the streets. Families gather beside the ocean. Children play along the shoreline, enjoying another beautiful Hawaiian weekend. At Pearl Harbor, cargo is unloaded, ships are supplied, and sailors continue their daily duties. Some sailors write letters home, sharing ordinary moments with loved ones, never imagining how quickly everything would change. Mechanics inspect aircraft, checking engines, tightening bolts, preparing for another routine day. Aboard the USS Arizona, maintenance continues with quiet precision, every detail carefully attended. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, the Japanese carrier strike force moves steadily across the cold North Pacific. Inside the carriers, officers quietly study navigation charts. Every mile brings them closer to history. Radio operators remain silent. No warnings, no transmissions, only the sound of the sea and the weight of what is about to begin. Across the vast North Pacific, 6 aircraft carriers move as one, their destination known only to a select few. Towering waves crash against steel hulls, but the fleet never slows. Its mission remains unchanged. On the silent flight decks, fighters, dive bombers, and torpedo bombers stand ready, waiting for the order that will change history. Ground crews move with practiced precision, inspecting every engine, every control surface, every detail. Bombs and torpedoes are loaded with discipline, each step carefully rehearsed, every movement carried out in silence. Below deck, navigation officers study their charts. Compasses, dividers, and sextants guide the fleet across the open ocean. In the radio room, receivers listen, but no messages are sent. Complete radio silence remains the fleet's greatest protection. Before sunrise, sailors stand quietly along the flight deck, watching the dark horizon, waiting for dawn. Pilots complete one final inspection of their aircraft. Every instrument, every engine, every gauge must perform flawlessly. As morning approaches, the strike force reaches its designated launch position. The moment they have prepared for is almost here. Back in Hawaii, the sun sets peacefully over Pearl Harbor. Battleships glow beneath warm orange skies, unaware of what tomorrow will bring. Honolulu enjoys another quiet Saturday evening. Restaurants fill with conversation, streetlights illuminate the palm-lined streets, and laughter echoes through the city. Inside the barracks, sailors write one last letter home. Simple words, filled with hope and ordinary life. Across the harbor, a lone sailor keeps watch beneath a sky filled with stars. The water is calm, the night is quiet. Far away, the Japanese fleet sails beneath the same stars, its ships hidden by darkness, its mission drawing ever closer. Shielded lights illuminate the carrier flight decks. Ground crews make final inspections. Aircraft wait silently, ready for dawn. Inside the navigation room, final charts are reviewed, courses are confirmed, every detail has been checked. Many aviators try to rest. Flight gear lies neatly beside them. Morning will demand everything they have. The Pacific stretches endlessly beneath a sky full of stars. Only the steady rhythm of waves and distant engines break the silence. Then, the first faint light appears on the eastern horizon. Night begins to fade. History is about to awaken. Cold morning air drifts across the North Pacific. The carrier fleet maintains perfect formation, waiting for the signal. Pilots emerge quietly onto the flight deck. No celebration, no speeches, only calm determination. One by one, aircraft engines roar to life. Propellers blur into motion. The stillness of the morning disappears. Deck crews raise their signal flags. The first aircraft accelerate down the carrier deck and lift into the dawn sky. Wave after wave, fighters, dive bombers, and torpedo bombers form up above the fleet. Their course is set for Hawaii. Below them, the Pacific remains calm, almost peaceful, as the formation disappears toward the horizon. Back at Pearl Harbor, the harbor awakens like any other Sunday. Morning routines continue. No alarm has been sounded. On the hills of Oahu, a radar station detects an unusually large contact. The operators study the screen carefully, unsure of what they are seeing. High above the island, the Hawaiian coastline comes into view. The aircraft maintain perfect formation. The target is now within reach. Only minutes remain. Pearl Harbor lies peaceful beneath the morning sun. A few quiet moments before history changes forever. As the first light of dawn spreads across Oahu, dark silhouettes emerge from the northern sky. The attack has begun. No one suspects that history is only moments away. Then, without warning, the first explosions shatter the silence. The peaceful harbor erupts with fire, smoke, and thunder. Torpedo bombers skim just above the water. One by one, their torpedoes strike the harbor, leaving white trails racing toward Battleship Row. Air raid sirens echo across the base. Sailors drop everything and sprint toward their battle stations. An ordinary Sunday morning has become a desperate fight for survival. Anti-aircraft crews react immediately. Heavy guns thunder into the sky. Bright bursts of flak surround the attacking aircraft as defenders fight back with everything they have. The blue Hawaiian sky quickly disappears, hidden behind smoke, fire, and the roar of aircraft engines. The calm morning is gone. At Ford Island, rows of American aircraft are caught on the ground. Smoke rises from the runways as emergency crews rush into action. Across the harbor, orders are shouted over the noise. Signal flags wave. Radio operators relay urgent messages. Every passing second becomes critical. Aboard the USS Arizona, crew members race to their stations. Anti-aircraft guns swing toward the sky. The great battleship prepares to defend itself. Nearby ships join the fight. Gunfire echoes across Pearl Harbor. Despite the surprise, American sailors answer with courage and determination. Japanese aircraft sweep low over Battleship Row. Bombs fall with deadly accuracy. The harbor shakes beneath the force of repeated explosions. Thick black smoke rises into the tropical sky. Flames spread across ships and docks. Yet through the chaos, acts of bravery begin to unfold everywhere. Rescue boats launch into burning waters. Ignoring explosions around them, their crews race toward those in need. Firefighters battle intense blazes. Powerful streams of water strike burning steel. Steam fills the air as the fight to save the fleet begins. Radio rooms work without pause. Urgent messages spread across the Pacific. Pearl Harbor is under attack. The world is about to change. Across Oahu, military personnel rush into defensive positions. Confusion slowly gives way to coordinated action. The island prepares for whatever comes next. The attack continues with relentless speed. Smoke covers the harbor. Explosions echo across the naval base. Every minute brings new destruction. Within only a few moments, one peaceful Sunday morning has become one of the defining events of the 20th century. The USS Arizona now stands at the center of the battle. Smoke pours from her decks as sailors continue fighting against impossible odds. Above the harbor, an armor-piercing bomb falls toward the battleship. Within seconds, history changes forever. A devastating explosion tears through the Arizona. A massive fireball rises into the Hawaiian sky, its shockwave echoing across Pearl Harbor. Towering black smoke blankets Battleship Row. Nearby ships disappear beneath the growing cloud as emergency crews rush into action. Firefighters direct powerful streams of water toward the burning vessel. Steam fills the air, but the flames continue to spread. Rescue boats move carefully through smoke-covered waters. Despite the danger, sailors search tirelessly for survivors. From high above, the scale of the destruction becomes painfully clear. Damaged battleships, burning docks, and a harbor transformed forever. Across Battleship Row, emergency crews battle fires, stabilize damaged ships, and protect those still afloat. Hour after hour, the fires continue to burn. Exhausted crews refuse to abandon their mission. As the smoke slowly begins to clear, the USS Arizona has become more than a battleship. It has become a symbol of sacrifice. The attack has ended, but the work has only begun. Across Pearl Harbor, rescue operations continue without rest. Rescue boats carry survivors to safety. Medical teams establish aid stations. Every available hand joins the recovery effort. Firefighters continue battling stubborn fires. Smoke drifts across the harbor as water cools twisted steel. Naval officers begin assessing the damage. Maps, reports, and careful observations reveal the enormous scale of the attack. At Ford Island, damaged aircraft remain scattered across the airfield. Emergency crews clear debris, preparing for what comes next. Tugboats maneuver damaged vessels through the harbor. Cranes prepare for long recovery operations. The rebuilding has already begun. Inside communication centers, urgent messages travel across the Pacific. Washington now understands the full scale of the attack. Above the harbor, the American flag continues to fly, scarred by battle, yet still standing, a powerful symbol of resilience. As evening approaches, Pearl Harbor grows quieter. Smoke slowly drifts away, leaving behind a changed horizon. The sun sets over Hawaii. Its golden light reflects across damaged ships, marking the end of a day the world would never forget. Far from Hawaii, news spreads rapidly across the United States. The nation begins to grasp the magnitude of what has happened. Government leaders gather. Military reports arrive without pause. Historic decisions now lie ahead. President Franklin D. Roosevelt prepares to address the nation. His words will soon unite millions of Americans. Across the country, men and women answer the call to serve. Recruitment centers fill as a nation prepares for war. Years pass, but the memory of Pearl Harbor never fades. From tragedy comes remembrance. Today, the USS Arizona Memorial stands above the resting place of the battleship. Visitors arrive from around the world to honor those who served. Inside the memorial, names carved into white marble remind us that every number in history was once a human life. Beneath the calm waters, the Arizona still rests where she fell. Gentle ripples pass overhead, while the ship quietly endures as a sacred memorial. As dawn breaks over Pearl Harbor once more, peace has replaced the chaos of that December morning. The harbor now stands, not only as a place of history, but as a symbol of remembrance, sacrifice, and resilience. Pearl Harbor was more than an attack. It became a turning point, a lesson remembered across generations. May we honor the courage, remember the sacrifice, and never forget the day that changed the world.